Capital One Orange Bowl, Hard Rock Stadium, Miami Gardens, Florida, Saturday, December 30th at 8 p.m. between Wisconsin at number 6 and number 10, Miami of Florida. Looking at the Badgers, they're mean, they're ferocious, but they're not enough to beat Miami. I'm just going to say it up front. They're not good enough to beat Miami, and here's why. You don't get to number 6 without being a good team. I get that. But look at these numbers. Alex Hornibrook, quarterback for the Badgers, threw 15 interceptions this season.
His name is Hornibrook. That's the best part.
Miami's defense is known for their takeaways. Top receiver for Wisconsin is Troy Fumagalli, who's actually missing one of his fingers.
A great name. And fantastic story. Hornibrook to Fumagalli. There's no better connection in all of college football.
To say, at least. Yeah. But yeah, he is missing one of his fingers on his left hand. It is the index finger. It happened at birth, so it's not like it was a recent blender accident or anything like that. Seriously, you're going to hear a lot more about that when he gets drafted this next season. He's that good.
He's pretty good.
Total yards only amassed to 516 with 4 touchdowns, but as a tight end in college, that's pretty good. Miami will not be scared to pin their ears back, though, and blitz because the main attraction at Wisconsin is Jonathan Taylor. JTT, Jonathan Taylor.
No. Different guy.
Who racked up 1,847 yards this season.
As a freshman.
He's going to get tired, beat up, and bruised the amount of the Badgers rely on him, and I hope he's durable enough to get through the game. Again, not big on the Badgers in this one. Defensively, the Badgers were third best on the season, giving up just over 1,200 yards on the ground, and were ninth best through the air. Wisconsin also has a pair of players with 4 interceptions apiece in defensive backs Joe Ferguson and linebacker TJ Edwards. Rozier of Miami is known to throw picks, so watch for these two to be licking their chops.
Really, John and I did these New Year's Six Bowls in which we both kind of drafted back and forth what team we would talk about mostly. I elected to draft Miami solely to spite John.
Yeah.
And it has worked.
Yeah.
Clearly, as you just listened to John's explanation of why he had to fight for Wisconsin, and he kept saying repeatedly he doesn't think they're good.
They're not good enough to beat Miami.
Miami is lucky enough to play this game in their home stadium in a major bowl game in the Orange Bowl. This is one of the biggest bowl games that can be around. That can't be overstated. This, in and of itself, huge advantage before the game even starts. Hurricanes will be able to sleep in their own beds, be with their family and friends, not have any distractions of being in some random new city and doing all the photo ops and all that crap.
But it's at least warm in Florida, whereas Wisconsin is very frigid right now.
Yeah, Wisconsin's happy about that.
Yeah.
They started their season in a little bit of a weird mindset with Hurricane Irma coming through, a couple of rescheduled games. Miami was able to overcome that, climb as high as number 18 in the AP poll, or it started at 18 in the AP poll to start the season, climbed as high as number 2 in those bowl rankings. Then they ran into the giant killer, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it was pretty sad.
Past 2 years, Pittsburgh knocked out the number 2 team in the country, so pretty good win for Pittsburgh there. End of the season, they throttled number 13 Virginia Tech and number 3 Notre Dame in back-to-back weeks at Hard Rock Stadium. Now they enter the Orange Bowl on a 2-game losing streak after losing to Pitt and getting crushed, just absolutely demolished by Clemson. Number 1 Clemson in the ACC Championship game. Neither of those games played at home, though. So this one, again, back at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. So this is a great game for Miami to kind of jump back out ahead. The spread-out offense led by Malik Rozier, almost 3,000 yards passing on the season. Pretty good number for a quarterback.
So Rozier, by the way.
What did I say?
Rozier.
Oh, sorry. Rozier.
Malik
Rozier. Pretty good numbers for the quarterback, almost 3,000 yards on the season. I'll repeat. Travis Homer, did I say that one right?
I don't know.
Travis Homer's the running back, 900 yards on the ground to lead all the rushers for Miami, but it's not the offense that people love.
It's the defense and the turnover chain.
It's the turnover chain. Hurricanes force an FBS second best 30 turnovers this year. The number 1 team, Wyoming. Like, what the heck? That 38
Go
turnovers
Cowboys.
on the season. They brought out the chain every single time. It was a new tradition started this year, and they've announced that they're going to bring it back next year.
I mean, have you seen the chain?
It's kind of sweet.
It's very fly.
Junior safety Jaquan Johnson had the chain the most often. He had it 6 times. He had 4 interceptions and 2 fumble recoveries.
Nice.
To lead the team in both categories. I think the defense going to have to come up big to stop Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yeah, it's going to be a turnover battle with at least 3 or 4 per side, I think. Miami pulls it out, though, in the end, like they were almost able to do to get in the top 4. They win 42-35.
Now, I've been picking the Big Ten in each and every game this year in all of these bowl games. I got to stick with the Big Ten in this one, in that Wisconsin's going to keep it close, but Miami's wins.
So you're taking Miami?
Yes.
The U!
We're both in on the Miami bandwagon on this one.